only $5. It was already on a stand, and it was just your silver boring thing. So we used, was it Summer Crush? Or
I think it was Summer Crush.
So Summer Crush is good, but Firestarter's good. They're both oranges. Firestarter's much more vibrant. We put one coat on there, and then you just let it dry, or don't even let it dry. Take a wet wash rag and wet distress it. Now, go ahead.
Because the clay paint we have is water-based, it's really easy to wet distress. And so that's why you only needed to use one coat.
Oh, yeah, we just did one coat, yeah. So right here, this is called Fast Cast Resin. It sets up in 10 minutes. It does not stink. And I do sell this. The links to all the products we use will be in the description box.
And I, for some reason, look like it measured it twice, but you don't have to measure it twice. Just find something that's easy for you to hold and pour it into your mold.
And she's pushing it into the corners and the details here. And this is really important to get equal parts, or the chemical reaction will not happen and set up. They do make a 24-hour resin that dries clear instead of white, but it stinks, and who can wait 24 hours?
And if you, I don't know if you can see it on these molds, it has measurements for each design, so you can add those up together to get the exact amount of how much resin you will need to make your designs.
Which you can use that for the air dry clay too, which I also sell, and I love that for different reasons. This is just a little more structured, and you can just get in there and really paint and manhandle it, whereas air dry clay takes 24 hours to dry. And I do paint them right away, but you have to have a really light hand to not mar the image.
You can kind of see it's already turning white on some of the designs that we first poured.
And don't worry about the over pour, because it pops right off and it's super fun, like satisfying. Right? It's so good. So I don't know if we'll have any footage. We haven't reviewed this footage. This is a year ago footage, and we're just going for it here. We're reviewing this with you.
So we've got these molds you see in the videos for sale, and we also just got some new pumpkin molds in this new release from Iron Orchid Designs.
Yes, we have a new release collection. If you go there, we'll put a link in the description. And oh my goodness, you can stack them up on top of each other and layer them. There's a snowflake mold. How come we got the snowflake mold out?
I'm not sure. We were getting prepared.
Yeah, it was pretty. Oh, these are so fun. Okay, now this still is a little bit pliable until it sets up. But I like that because you can kind of wrap it around a jar. You'd have to put painter's tape on it to keep it there until it dries. It's fine. You can make them real flat. You can let them, you could drill a hole in them, or you could poke a hole with the toothpick and make ornaments and hanging things. Okay, right here she's going for it.
We went ahead and painted the edges so that it wouldn't get on, any yellow would get on the pumpkin that's orange.
I love this grape mold. Grapes were a huge thing in the 90s, and they're back, baby.
They are back, actually. I saw that for wedding
oh, really?
decor, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Caitlin's getting married, so she's all up on all this stuff. Oh, that's so cute. I forgot we had done that. We got to go where the location of this is and take a still shot of this, and we'll put it in here somewhere. Oh my goodness, I just love these molds. You can use this for sugar arts too, but they say to keep one for sugar arts and one for crafting so you don't contaminate your people. You're feeding them out of it. You can bake in them up to 400, possibly even 450 degrees. I can't remember.
I think it's 450 or 425.
Yeah, I mean.
And then we also have these sunflower stamps that we are putting on this wood grainy board with some of those pumpkin molds.
Oh yeah, and this is called a masking technique right here. And it means you can layer the stamps over each other without them looking muddled. And it is a great game changer. It takes a minute to figure out which direction the mask goes. Oh, and we are going to put a link to the description box because we did a wood burning with these stamps. We stamped the wood and then we burned it, and used it for a pattern. You can do embroidery on your pattern. You can do this on furniture, fabric,
cutting
walls. Boards. You get a lot of bang for your buck with these stamps. Paper, your gift wrapping. You can roll out the air dry clay or put some joint compound on, or really thick paint, and then, like with the texture medium in it, and impress the stamp in it to make an embossed look.
But if you're someone that doesn't that is really into the fine details, and you might want to get the edges painted first and let it dry before you put it on your board or whatever, so that the color doesn't transfer over.
Yeah, when we do workshops, there's the really perfectionist people, and they will spend 5 hours to get the edges perfect and not blend any colors. They don't like their food touching. You know how people are like that? They're like that with their paint. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is a 3-hour workshop, people. We want to go home. That's terrible. That's not, to all my customers that comes that are perfectionists, I'm sorry. I still love you.
But sometimes you need to be speedy.
Yes, speed it up. Oh, this is so fun. This is a one-time use stencil, but I do sell stencils that are several times use. Okay, I don't remember.
It's also very satisfying to peel this stuff off. So this is kind of like a fall decor medley video. We've got some signs. We've got pumpkin decor. Just several ideas you can use for this fall.
But we use the stamps on the molds on the outside